Hi, I'm Cass and this is Honey.
And we're regular Canadians enjoying weed. And we're here with Gordon.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Tell
Nice
all
to be
the
here.
fans out there all about you.
Hello. Okay, my name's Gord. I'm pushing 70, but you never know. I work as a carpenter in the film industry, but yeah, I've had a few other adventures along the way.
Would you like to enjoy some weed some way?
Yes?
These are 25 milligrams each.
Okay.
So,
I'm probably going to take half.
I'll eat your other half.
whatever.
I'll eat your other half, sweetie, if you
all
want.
right, that sounds great.
How perfect.
When was the first time you ever enjoyed cannabis?
That would have been the summer of 1966. A friend of my brother's, he went down to San Francisco, and height-ashbury was just starting at that particular point, right? And he came back, and I don't know how I managed to get the pot across the border, because this was to Montreal, so you had to along with it to
wow,
come.
bold.
And he pulls out this joint, and I looked at like, that's the weirdest looking cigarette that I've ever seen, because it's just, it was twisted and all this kind of stuff, and he said, you know, trust me on this one. So we light it up. I took a token.
You're like, what is this?
What is this, and where
Heaven.
can I get more?
Get more, yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, for all the time I was there, basically Montreal never had anything but really, well, no, it had common and garden variety Mexican skunk weed, and but occasionally, later on, just before I moved away from Montreal, they had Thai stick,
Okay.
which is, for the time, was you know, it was a high test.
No,
It was the next step up, right?
Okay.
So
That was the good shit.
yeah, it was the good shit. It was the
Yeah.
good shit. It wasn't cheap.
And how long have you lived in BC?
Oh God, off and on now for 40 years.
40 years. What brought you out here originally?
Dope. No, not quite. That's. It was actually.
That's a me here.
No, that was no. It was. I made friends with some people from BC when I was in Montreal. They were actually going to our National Theatre School, which is in Montreal, and I got along with them famously. We just took to each other, and they said, "Well, if you ever come out to BC, look us up." I said, "What the hell? Time for an adventure." So I went out to see them, and yeah, it was. I went from downtown Montreal to living up about 120 miles that way, in the space of 4 days. And it was a communal farm, a hippie farm, hippie commune.
Wow.
And the vehicle we had was an old milk float. And it had a governor on it. It couldn't go faster than 30 miles an hour. Which is 50 kilometers.
So it was a slow drive to the golf farm.
Yeah, it's about 40 kilometers an hour for those of you who don't know the miles. And where we were, it's way up there in the hills.
Yeah. And so you're there and you're.
And so, anyways, I mean, we're going up there, and it's just. Basically, it could have been a movie about hippies, because I mean, there was a married couple, a couple of single guys, a single girl, 2 babies, and 3 dogs.
Wow.
And we're all in this milk float. We're all piled on top of each other, and the doors are open, and it's.
Oh, you lived in the milk float.
Oh, we didn't. No,
Oh.
This is our transportation.
Okay.
And it seemed like it took us forever. So we get there, and I have no idea where I'm at. We could have taken a U-turn, a dimensional shift, and gone to Mars, except Mars doesn't have really incredible forests and mountains and stuff like that. But so, anyways, we're driving. We get there, and I'm too buzzed. I'm just too excited. I can't get to sleep. And then I realized something. Wait, God, it's bright here. And I look up, and there's thousands of stars, which I'd never seen before, because Montreal is really bad at that point, had really bad air pollution, and it probably still does. So starlit skies, didn't know that. The only time I ever saw that was when I went out of town, and I would see that, but still not the way it was here. It was just incredible. And not only that, but the moon was out, it was full. And I unrolled a sleeping bag under a tree because they were going to sort out who stayed with who where, in the morning. And I had a book of poetry. Anyways, and I realized, I pulled out this book and I realized I could read it by moonlight. And that is still, after all this time, struck me as one of those moments in my life when you just go, holy crap, I just had my paradigms totally shifted.
Yeah.
This is just, this
You didn't
can't-
know a starry night that is so
That's
bright you
good
can
to
read by
about-
it
read. Yeah, exactly.
is possible.
Yes, this is good. This is a perfect moment. Note this one down in your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
if
remember
you-
this.
And I always believe that if you peg a moment, if you sort of go, yeah, this is
I
good.
always feel like that when you have the perfect moment. I'm like, I'm gonna remember this
Yeah.
because they come rarely, but you can remember them forever if you.
And they can enrich your life forever and ever. I mean, when you think things are ugly or sad or whatever like that, if you have someplace like that, you can go to it. It's not home. It's it's a visit. It's a vacation.
Yeah.
But it's a useful.
It's a happy memory. It's
Oh,
yeah.
So yeah,
So cool. And so then that sounds then like you tried it in high school and then enjoyed in
Oh,
uni.
yeah.
I love imagining you at McGill with all your cool
Oh.
theater friends.
Oh,
and I was like,
yes.
wicked! I want to
And
be
not
friends
e-
with you.
and not only that, but there's some great people there because we also had a whole coterie of Americans who were either draft dodgers, deserters, or they were students who they come up to go to McGill because they were making an exemption.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about McGill at that time, which may or may not still be true, was there was a de facto understanding that the cops couldn't come on the campus of the university without the express permission of the university authorities.
Administration, yeah.
So even if somebody said, yeah, you can come, by the time the cops came in,
Everyone's gone.
Everyone's gone. But
I like that. McGill was like, we got you students. Like, well, you can do
We'll
a few
protect
bad
you. It was
things. We'll give
very-
you time to disperse.
Yeah, it was quite a mellow situation. There was a statue, a classic fountain, and with the three. There was theoretically the three graces. Locally, it became known as the Three Bears, and what it was the central port, focal point for a lot of music and dope smoking and political stuff. It was because it was a secure
Nice place of the
little-
uni.
yeah.
And,
Like
yeah,
a
of the
rallying
college, yeah.
spot
Oh,
for
totally,
all kinds.
totally.
And so
totally.
you'd call it what, like the Three Bears?
Yeah.
Meet you at the Three Bears, or
Oh yeah, absolutely.
dope smoking at the Three
Three
Bears
Bears.
later
Well, it was
today. I love that.
It was
Yeah,
understood.
it
It
does
didn't even
sound
have to
great.
be
It's just, we'll see
because
you
that's
there.
where everybody
Yeah.
gravitated to. Dope smoking is supposed to be free and anti-establishment. And all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Well, the thing is, no. I mean, it's not supposed to be necessarily midstream. It's like alcohol. It's not something you're supposed to drink at work, or consume to fall over basis. But it is still for an intoxicant. And thanks for that.
Mhm.
I love getting high.
Mhm.
And it hasn't gotten old. And that's if you think it's 50 some odd years I've been smoking dope.
And it hasn't gotten old.
No, it
Yeah,
hasn't
I
gotten
don't.
old.
I don't see it getting old
No,
for
I
me
haven't gotten old.
either.
No, exactly. The thing on one hand is it's an intoxicant. It's pleasurable and agreeable, and on the other hand, it's useful. So I mean, I think the future of cannabis is bright. Yeah, it was a gloriously fun time. I mean, there was, I guess I could say it as a hint of a really positive madness in the air, in the sense of shaking things up and not being the state normalcy and stuff like that. And for a lot of people, it really was a liberation. I wouldn't have gotten to where I am now without smoking.
Well, that's
Me
a
too.
testament.
Us too. Yeah.
That is absolutely a testament to you. You're a great guy, and thank you so much
thank
for
you.
going on our show.
Oh, you're most welcome. It was
And
fun. Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having me.
much, and thank you, Canada. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
And don't drive high.
Damn right. I'm still working my way through it because when I, sort of stepped back from smoking, there was not a lot of variety available. And then I come back, and it's
Like, what has happened to cannabis in the past 20 years?
Why was I not informed of this many years ago?
There's other kinds of weed?
What? What? You've been withholding this?
Right, like they've been busy. Like, no, good work, guys. Like,